If you are over 60 years old, stop everything right now. What you are about to discover in the next few minutes is something Jesus revealed through Padre Pio about this sacred stage of your life. A truth so powerful, so deep, so transformative, that when you fully understand it, your life will never be the same again. Your final years will no longer be seen as decline, but will become what they truly are. The most important and glorious period of your earthly existence. Have you ever wondered why God allows you to live so long? Why does He keep you here when so many others have already departed? Why do you keep breathing, waking up each morning, even when your body no longer responds as it once did? Most people think it is just luck, genetics, or chance. But Padre Pio revealed something that will give you chills. God has a specific purpose, a sacred mission, a divine plan for your final years. And this plan is so important for the salvation of souls that Jesus Himself wanted to reveal its details through the saint, who most deeply understood the mysteries of the cross and redemptive suffering. Before we continue, if you are discovering truths you have never heard before, leave your like now and share this with other Christians over 60. Why? Because most people live this phase of life without understanding its true spiritual meaning. You may be God's instrument to open someone's eyes. And in the comments, if you are over 60 and feel that God still has purposes for your life, write, Padre Pio, teach me the mystery of my final years. Your testimony will encourage thousands. Padre Pio lived 81 years, and his final years were marked by intense suffering, but also by extraordinary spiritual fruitfulness. He said that the closer he came to eternity, the clearer his vision became about God's purpose for the elderly. Through his mystical experiences, Jesus revealed to him 7 sacred truths about the final years of the Christian life, truths most priests never dared to teach. Truths that can completely transform the way you live your remaining days on earth. The first truth Jesus revealed to Padre Pio is shocking and goes against everything the world teaches. The world says that after 60, you have done your part. You worked, raised your children, now it is time to rest, enjoy yourself, live for yourself. But Jesus said something completely different. The final years are not for selfish rest, but for the most important spiritual harvest of your life. Padre Pio explained that it is precisely in this stage, when you have more time, more acquired wisdom, more life experience, that God wants to use you most intensely to save souls. Think about it. Throughout your life you were busy working, raising children, taking care of the home, running everywhere. You wanted to pray more but had no time. You wanted to evangelize but were always in a hurry. You wanted to deepen your faith but responsibilities drained your energy. And now you have exactly what you lacked before time. Padre Pio revealed that this time is not to be wasted on empty hobbies or worldly entertainment. It is sacred time granted by God for an eternal mission. Witnesses say that even in his final years, when he could barely walk because of the pain from his wounds, he continued hearing confessions for hours, praying the rosary countless times, interceding for thousands. When someone suggested he should rest more, he replied, "Rest. I will rest when I am in heaven. Now it is time for harvest, and the harvest is abundant, but the workers are few. How can I rest knowing that souls are being lost?" Your final years are for intensified spiritual work, not spiritual retirement. The second truth is even deeper. After 60, especially after 70 and 80, You enter what Padre Pio called a mystical union with Christ's redemptive suffering. Every physical pain, every bodily limitation, every sleepless night, every medication, every doctor's visit, every difficulty in doing what was once easy, all of it can become spiritual power to save souls if you offer it properly. Jesus continually seeks people willing to suffer with him for the redemption of the world. Elderly, people who accept their pains and limitations with faith, offering them for the conversion of sinners, become direct collaborators with Christ in the work of salvation. It is not suffering itself that has value, but suffering consciously united to Jesus' cross, offered for specific intentions and accepted with love. This kind of suffering has power to rescue souls from hell, free souls from purgatory, convert hardened sinners, save marriages, heal addictions, and transform entire families. There is the testimony of an 82-year-old woman guided spiritually by Padre Pio. She suffered from severe arthritis and lived in constant pain. He taught her to offer each pain for the conversion of her son, who had abandoned the faith decades earlier. Every morning she prayed, "Jesus, I unite this suffering to your cross. I offer it for my son's conversion. Accept this sacrifice." For 3 years she did this faithfully. On her deathbed, just moments before passing, her son entered the room in tears and said, "Mother, I don't know what happened. For weeks an inner force has been pushing me back to God. Today I couldn't resist anymore. I need to confess. I need to return." She smiled, held his hand, and died in peace 2 hours later. The third truth concerns prayer. Padre Pio taught that the elderly possess a power of intercession that younger people do not. Why? Because you have passed through so many trials, endured so many storms, shed so many tears that your prayers carry a depth and authenticity that deeply moves the heart of God. When an elderly person who has suffered kneels to pray, heaven opens more easily. Padre Pio once described a vision of God's throne surrounded by countless angels. He saw prayers rising like incense, but the prayers of elderly people who had suffered shone with a brighter light. Jesus told him, "These prayers are precious to me. They come from hearts purified by suffering, matured by trials, detached from worldly vanity. Your prayers have extraordinary power. Become an intercessor. Pray the rosary daily. Intercede for your family, priests, missionaries, and souls in purgatory." The fourth truth is about wisdom and evangelization. After 60, you should not remain silent about your faith. You have decades of experience with God. You have seen His providence countless times. You have experienced His faithfulness in storms. Share that testimony. You do not need eloquence or long speeches. Simply tell what God has done in your life. This kind of testimony evangelizes more powerfully than many sophisticated programs. The fifth truth concerns preparation for eternity. The final years are a time of mercy to finish preparing your soul. It is not a time to accumulate more material things, but to detach, purify, and reconcile. Examine your life. Confess sincerely. Forgive those who hurt you. Ask forgiveness from those you hurt. Prepare your soul like a house ready to receive an important guest, and that guest is Jesus Himself. The sixth truth is about family intercession. God places grandparents in families as towers of prayer, spiritual guardians of future generations. While parents are busy working and raising children, grandparents are called to intercede and spiritually protect the family. A praying grandparent is like a spiritual lightning rod, attracting blessings and deflecting attacks. Never underestimate the power of your prayers for your descendants. The seventh and most glorious truth is this: the closer you are to death, the closer you are to heaven. The veil between this world and the next becomes thinner. Many elderly people experience deeper spiritual sensitivity, meaningful dreams, greater peace. Padre Pio said this is not imagination. It is God gently preparing you for the passage, slowly opening the curtains to show glimpses of the glory that awaits, so you will not be afraid. So do not fear your final years. Do not see them as a curse or sad decline. See them as a sacred opportunity, a glorious mission, final preparation for eternity. Each day God grants you as a precious gift. Pray much. Offer your sufferings. Evangelize with your testimony. Intercede for your family. Draw closer and closer to Jesus. If you are over 60 and reading this, understand you are precious to God. Your life has eternal purpose. Your final years are not wasted time, they are harvest time. Heaven rejoices when an elderly person offers their pains for souls. The Church is sustained by the prayers of those who are 60, 70, 80 years old and beyond. Follow this example. Do not waste your days. Make them a sacred offering, and when Jesus comes for you, you will be able to say with Saint Paul, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Now there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness. And pray for all elderly people who are suffering without understanding why, who are living without purpose, who fear death. May Jesus, through the intercession of Padre Pio, reveal to them these glorious truths about their final and most important years on earth.